to start off, I'll be changing into my graduation regalia, and I'll see you in a minute. I've actually never done this before, so let's see how it goes. So we have the cap and the tassel, which I assume should just lock on. Alright, so we have the cap and the tassel ready. I'll put on the suit. Put on the regalia, which, look at that. Okay, it's supposed to come out, hands are supposed to come out here. Alright, so the hood is supposed to go somewhere like this. Okay, and finally we have the hat. Alright, I think I'm all set now to take my pictures.
The line was completely empty when I came here, and now there are like 2 dozen people in front of me.
Now the reason BU chose this particular venue was because of BU Seal. So BU Seal is the spot on campus, at the center of campus, where they have a huge sale, and if you step on it before you have completed your degree, you won't graduate. And so it's like a tradition that after you've completed your degree, all the requirements, you step on it to signify that you've graduated.
So I just had my pictures taken, and one thing I realized is this particular thing that I was confused about is just for graduate students, and undergrads don't have that. They just have like this bit, full sleeve. But for us, it's like this dangly thing extra. Oh, they also gave us. So the Alumni Association also gave us a veil, which I already have loads of. But yeah, this is good. So yeah, on to the next thing.
I wanted to see what to expect from the graduation ceremony, so I attended another school ceremony. All of the graduating students from my school gathered at a common place at FitTrack. And next, we marched on to Agnes Arena where the ceremony was gonna take place, and all the guests are already entered the venue. So I'd already seen the commencement on a previous day, so I knew what to expect. When I go there, I knew as soon as I'll enter, I'll have to walk in style because I'd be on the Jumbotron. And when I walked in, some people started waving and they said to wave back, so I did that. But turns out the camera was pointing at some other students who were sitting, so I was not on the Jumbotron, and the people who were waving were parents of some other students, so it was a bit embarrassing and I just walked out.
Moving on, I went ahead and took my seat, and I looked around. The stadium was like completely packed with people. Hence started the dreadful part of speeches. A lot of speeches.
Met is the college of those of serious purpose, self-discipline, determination, and grit.
And on for an hour or so, and then finally the naming ceremony began. The moment I've been waiting for so long.
Anki Yadav. Yi Hu.
So there it was. We were given a very important piece of envelope from Boston University itself. And looking at it, it looked very important. And I was very curious what would be inside of it. So I went ahead
I opened it quickly and it's just empty. There's nothing in it. It's just a cover for holding your degree, and the degree will be mailed separately, so it doesn't even come with that. It's just blank.
After like 2 hours of that, we were finally done with all the names and it was finally time to head back.
Now the positioning of this tassel, that's important. So initially it has to be on right, and then once you've graduated, it moves to left to signify that you've graduated. This was communicated during the ceremony that I attended on the previous day, but my school somehow forgot to mention that, and my tassel was on the right the entire time.
And then we started heading back to FitRec where the reception was going to be held. Now for the ceremony, the only reason I came for the entire ceremony was because of three things. First was the photographs, which I don't know how much they're gonna charge me for it. Second was the envelope, which turns out was empty. And third, the food, which turns out they didn't have any. Within 5 minutes, they ran out of all of the food, and I was mad pissed at that time. There was some sort of protest going on outside of Nicholson Field where the university commencement is going to be held, but I was running late at this point, so I didn't pay much attention to it. My commencement started at FitRec, which is the university gym. Then we went for the school commencement at Agnes Arena, which is the men's ice hockey team's stadium. Then we came back to FitRec for reception. We had the university commencement waiting area at Walter Brown Arena, where we have the women's ice hockey team and the basketball team. And then our university commencement actually took place at Nicholson Field, which is where all of the other teams and sports activities takes place. So I pretty much visited all of the sports centers on campus during the commencement weekend. During school commencement, we only have individual schools, whereas for university commencement, all of the graduating seniors from all of the schools at the university are going to be present. So again, this place was jam-packed.
Today we are conferring more than 7,000 degrees in nearly 350 fields of study.
During the boring speeches, I suddenly noticed a plane going around and it had a banner. Initially, I thought this was for graduating students, but then I noticed there was a particular name written on it, so it could have been for a very specific student. The plane kept circling around us with the banner, so I decided to just Google the name of the person, and turns out it was the name of the commencement speaker. Turns out the banner was actually in protest of the speaker, and it was also related to the strike that I saw earlier. The temperature was steaming hot. We were sitting outside in the sun. It was 71 degrees. There were speeches after speeches after speeches. As soon as the main speaker came on stage, whose name was on the banner by the way, everything became so much more interesting. Turns out a lot of the students were in support of the protest against the speaker, so it was very chaotic. The speech was quite well done, I'd say, but then that is not what I'm going to remember out of that afternoon. I'll probably release all of the clips from that in another video because at this point it has nothing to do with the commencement activities, but it was super hilarious.
Mr. President,
Dean Zlatova.
I have the honor to present the candidates for the Master of Science, the Masters of Liberal Arts, the Masters of City Planning, the Masters of Urban Affairs, and the graduate certificate recommended by the faculty of Metropolitan College.
I hereby confer upon you the degrees that you have earned, together with all the appropriate honors, privileges, and responsibilities, a token of which you will be granted diplomas. My congratulations to you all. Before you are seated, I'd like you to salute your parents. Your accomplishments are built on the support of your family. Please turn to face them and acknowledge once again their role. wherever your tour of duty may take you, Godspeed. To all of the class of 2023, as you leave Nickerson Field, you are joining a long line of Boston University graduates, stretching over 150 years, to include more than 366,000 living alumni of this great institution. Your accomplishments will be part of the fabric of our legacy. Your Boston University education has prepared you. Go into the world and make it a better place for all of us and for all future generations. Again, congratulations and good luck.
And that was it. My 3 semesters at Boston University completed following 3 days of commencement activities.